These 14 steps that you are now about to walk, you do not take alone. I will walk with you. Though you are you and I am I, yet we are truly one Christ. And therefore, my way of the cross 2,000 years ago and your way now are also one. But note this difference. My life was incomplete until I crowned it by my death. Your 14 steps will only be complete when you have crowned them by your life.
The first station, the Last Supper.
Now as they were eating, Jesus took some bread, and when he said the blessing, he broke it and he gave it to his disciples.
"Take it and eat," he said. "This is my body." Then he took the cup, and when he had returned thanks, he gave it to them. "Drink, all of you, from this," he said, "for this is my blood, the blood of the covenant, which is to be poured out for many for the forgiveness of sins."
I sit with my friends to share this Passover meal. I honour them by washing their feet, and I ask that they do the same, that they become servants to those who will follow them. I know that they do not understand the significance of my words or actions. They still do not understand my mission and what will be asked of them.
Then Jesus came with them to a small estate called Gethsemane. And he said to his disciples, "Stay here while I go over there to pray." He took Peter and the 2 sons of Zebedee with him. And sadness came over him, and great distress. Then he said to them, "My soul is sorrowful to the point of death. Wait here and keep awake with me." And going on a little further, he fell on his face and prayed. "My Father," he said, "if it is possible, let this cup pass me by. Nevertheless, let it be as you, not I, would have it."
"I do not want this trial. Please take it away from me. How can you ask this of me if you really love me? And when I look towards my friends, they sleep, and I am alone, lost and afraid, but somehow trusting in your will. I have been with others as they have suffered, and now who is with me? Will you also abandon me? I wait and I pray."
The third station, Jesus is brought before the Sanhedrin.
The high priest then stood up before the whole assembly and put this question to Jesus.
"Have you no answer to that? What is this evidence these men are bringing against you?"
But Jesus was silent. The high priest then put a second question to Jesus.
"Are you the Christ, the Son of the Blessed One?"
"I am, and you will see the Son of Man sit at the right hand of the power, coming with the clouds of heaven."
The high priest tore his robe.
"What need of witnesses have we now? You've heard the blasphemy. What is your finding?"
And they all gave their verdict.
"He deserves to die!"
So Pilate went back into the praetorium and called Jesus to him.
"Are you King of the Jews?"
he asked. Jesus replied,
"Do you ask this of your own accord? Have others spoken to you about me?"
Pilate answered,
"Am I a Jew? It is your own people and the chief priests who have handed you over to me. What have you done?"
Jesus replied,
"Mine is not a kingdom of this world. If my kingdom were of this world, my men would have fought to prevent my being surrendered to the Jews. But my kingdom is not of this kind."
"So, you are a king then?"
"It is you who say it. Yes, I am a king. I was born for this. I came into the world for this, to bear witness to the truth. and all who are on the side of truth listen to my voice.
Pilate asked him,
What is truth?
In Pilate's hands, I am able to see my Father's will. Though Pilate is unjust, he is the lawful governor, and he has power over me. I can see his confusion, and yet he must be seen to do the right thing, while I must accept the will of my Father. I have now been rejected by my own people, and I stand before this man who will condemn me.
The fifth station, Jesus is whipped and crowned.
Pilate then had Jesus taken away and scourged. And after this, the soldiers twisted some thorns into a crown and placed it on his head, and dressed him in a purple robe. They kept coming up to him and saying, "Hail, King of the Jews!
Hail, King of the Jews! Hail, King of the Jews!
And slapped him in the face.
I feel ashamed and in pain. I am not clothed, and my body is the source of ridicule and violence. They need someone to blame for their own shame."
They then took charge of Jesus, and carrying his own cross, he went out of the city to the place of the skull, or as it was called in Hebrew, Golgotha.
This cross, this chunk of tree, is what my Father chose for me. The crosses you must bear are largely products of your daily life, and yet my Father chose them too for you. Receive them from his hands, take heart. I will not let your burdens grow 1 gram too heavy for your strength.
Jesus, I take my daily cross. I welcome the monotony that often marks my day. Discomforts of all kinds, the summer's heat, the winter's cold, my disappointments, tensions, setbacks, cares. Remind me often that in carrying my cross, I carry yours with you. The seventh station, Jesus is helped by the Cyrenean.
They led him out to crucify him.
My strength is gone. I can no longer bear the cross alone. And so the soldiers make Simon give me aid. This Simon is like you. Give me your strength. Each time you lift some burden from another's back, you lift as with your very hand the cross's awful weight that crushes me.
But Jesus turned to them and said, "Daughters of Jerusalem, do not weep for me. Weep rather for yourselves and for your children."
How often had I longed to take the children of Jerusalem and gather them to me, to teach them and to show them another way. But they refused. But now these women weep for me, and my heart mourns for them, mourns for their sorrows that will come. These women have followed me and have understood my message. I comfort those who seek to solace me. How gentle can you be? How kind.
Jesus.
Lord, teach me. Help me learn. When I would snap at those who hurt me with their ridicule, those who misunderstand or hinder me with some misguided help, those who intrude upon my privacy, then help me curb my tongue. May gentleness become my cloak. Lord, make me kind like you.
When they had finished crucifying him, along with 2 others, they shed out his clothing by casting lots, and then sat down and stayed there, keeping guard over him.
Can you imagine what a crucifixion is? My executioners stretch my arms. They hold my hands and wrists against the wood and press the nail until it stabs through my flesh. Then, with one heavy hammer smash, they drive it through, and pain bursts like a bomb of fire in my brain. They seize the other arm, and agony again explodes. Then, rising up my knee and feet so they are flat against the wood, they hammer fast too.